Hi-yo YouTube, my name is Dexter and welcome back to Dex Builds. This project, Orphea, the heir of the Raven Lord, I think is her title, I don't know. Generic character, original character, do not steal, original to the Nexus, do not steal. That is the backstory of this character. She's the Raven Lord's child that he abducted, and then she stole this big-ass coffin, and, kinda messed him up, I guess. I don't know, I didn't pay attention that well. She was introduced to BlizzCon, which was over the weekend, and a couple of things I'm not too happy with are the experience changes that they're going to be implementing sometime later down the line, and this hero. I'm not a fan of this character in the slightest. Basically, she's Li Ming, but better in every single way. Anything that Li Ming does, Orphea does it just as well, with more flair, and more mobility, and more crowd control. It's ridiculous. So, starting with, or rather, we're going to dive right into it. If you don't want to sit here and listen to me ramble on and on about how to build this character, how I would build this character, feel free to leave. But for the rest of you ramblers, you better chuckle up, you better buckle up, you chuckle nuts, because we're in this for the long haul. Starting with Orphea's passive, Overflowing Chaos. Hitting an enemy hero with a basic ability grants 1 Chaos, and you can stack up to 3 Chaos at a time. While Orphea has Chaos, her next basic attack against heroes consumes all of the Chaos, dealing 50% increased damage per stack and healing you for 100% of the damage that it deals. One thing that is worthy to note, you can gain multiple stacks of Chaos off of a single cast. So if you are in the middle of a team fight and you hit somebody, you hit 3 people with any of your abilities, you can get all of it immediately. Her Q button is called Shadow Waltz. It is that big tendril I just slapped people. After half a second, deal 156 damage to enemies in a line. Hitting a hero with Shadow Waltz resets its cooldown, or lowers its cooldown to 2 seconds, and refunds the mana cost, as well as giving Orphea a short-range dash the next time she moves. So you kind of float around. You float around. I don't know why she flies. There's really no reason for it. But you hit people and then you blink, and then you can do it again if you keep hitting them. In Orphea's hero trailer, they said that she's a duelist whose strengths are high mobility, high sustain, high damage output, and she's a really great duelist. I mean, I said that at the start, but basically everything they just said is she's the best thing for a team fight. Her weaknesses are being crowd controlled and poke damage. You know, the same thing that everybody's weak to, except for supports. Supports are weak to burst. Supports can, or certain supports, depending on which support you're playing, can deal with poke damage. But this character's only counter is the same thing that counters everybody else. She is ridiculously annoying. I mean, she sounds like she's going to be annoying as shit, because, hey, look at that, every 2 seconds I get to do that. You can't catch me. And then there's a talent you can get later that makes that even better. Her W button is called Chomp, and I like Chomp, but it's kind of slow. Does a ton of damage. After a or basically, that's like 5/8 of a second. Deal 260, or basically 300 damage at level 1 to everything in front of you. Keep in mind, very, very tiny attack, very tiny cast range. And then her W button is called, or E button is called Dread. Release a wave of Dread that deals 88 damage to heroes hit. Dread erupts after 3/4 of a second, after reaching the end of its path and dealing more damage, basically double damage, and slowing all enemies in the area for 2 seconds. It was that big sludge wave. I'm pretty sure, the closer you cast it to yourself, the faster, obviously the faster it explodes. But we're gonna toggle cooldowns just so I can show that off again. So at max range, you throw it out, it does that. It explodes. And apparently, if you... I think it'll get you... Yeah, it'll get you 2 stacks of... Okay. That's mildly annoying. She can get multiple... I mean, I knew it was going to happen. She can get multiple stacks of Chaos off of all the points of damage that she deals. So those are all of her basic abilities. Her ultimates... I'm not a big fan of either of them. They sound annoying as shit to deal with. But the first one is called Eternal Feast. If you have a mosh, if you have an ETC, the hero is called ETC, he's not called Moshpit. If you've got an ETC on your team, there's absolutely no reason to not take Eternal Feast. After 1.5 seconds, deal 311 damage in an area. Eternal Feast will repeat every second if it hits a hero, as long as it hits a hero. So it looks a little something like this. You put it out, and as long as those guys are there, they're gonna keep getting eaten. I don't even have to look at that anymore. I can go somewhere else. As long as that's active, as long as it keeps hitting people, it'll keep doing that. And I don't think I can have multiples of them out. Oh, I can. But there's no way in hell you're going to be able to have multiples of these. So, I mean, casting it there was a bad idea. Wait. What? Did I break something? I think I broke something. I'm fairly certain I've broken something. Alright, let's reset talent, shall we? I think I broke something there. I don't think that many, sludge monsters were supposed to be there. But okay. The other talent is called Crushing Jaws. After 1¼ seconds, pull enemies into an area, and... pull enemies in an area towards the center, dealing a lot of damage to every single one of them, or 407 damage to every single one of them, and stunning them for 3/4 of a second. It looks like this. You put it down, it comes in, and then it slaps people together. It's like, what's her face is there? Oriel's Converging Force, but way better. Just a little bit slower. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to this character. I really don't like her design. I don't like her abilities. I don't like anything about her. The only thing I like about her is the fact that I might be able to punch her in the face as hard as I can. Because, well, no, not really. I don't play a lot of dive heroes. I don't play hyper-aggressive dive heroes. And I'm pretty sure she's going to beat everybody else that I play. So I'm not looking forward to this character. But let's see what kind of shit I'm going to get myself into. I'm just going to jump myself up to level 20 real quick and take a look at all the talents now. Should be fun. I'm going to take a methodical look at every single one of them, and I'm going to tell you the ones that I would go with, whether or not it is the ones that are the most potent. I'm kind of hit and miss on these, honestly. Sometimes I get pretty much every talent right, other times I miss it by a mile, but we're going to find out. So, first talent at level 1, On Point, which is just on point. Shadow Waltz deals an increased 50% damage to enemies hit by the very tip of it. So, if you can hit somebody right there, it'll do more damage. It sounds very hard to pull off, but if you're... I want to see something real quick. If I'm auto-attacking you, am I at max... No, I'm not at max spell range. Does that still count, though? Let's find out. I've taken On Point. Whoops, that missed. We're just going to reset talents real quick. I wanted to toggle cooldowns. That's what I was after. On Point. If I... Hey. Oh, I did take it. So... It does count. Good. That's nice. Whap. So yeah, that's interesting. So if you're at max attack range, if you're close enough to auto attack someone, you're close enough to get something out of On Point. Reset talents. Growing. I'm gonna hit that button. Growing Nightmare. Each enemy hero hit by the wave of dread increases the damage its eruption does by 25%. That sounds kind of annoying to pull off, but I can see how it would work. If you've got a lot of crowd control on your team, Growing Nightmare wouldn't be a bad idea. Or Ancestral Strength. Non-heroic abilities deal 25% more damage to stunned, rooted, slowed, silenced, or slowed enemies, and grants 1 additional chaos when hitting heroes. I fail to see how that's a problem. Ancestral Strength, because if in the middle of a team fight, this is going to be more for team fights. This is if you're dueling. But this one's going to be harder to pull off. It's going to be more damage in the end, but it's going to be harder to pull off. But 25% more damage across everything that you do, as long as you've got teammates that can consistently crowd control people, that's hard to pass up. Ancestral Strength, as well as giving you more sustain, because every time you hit somebody who is slowed or really incapacitated in any variety, you'll get additional stacks of chaos, which will let you deal more damage and sustain even better. So, Ancestral Strength, no contest. Ancestral Strength, that's just the most ubiquitous. It also sounds the best to me, anyway. So that's what I would go with. And then at level 4, Allegrissimo. Hitting enemy heroes with the end of Shadow Waltz sets its cooldown to 1 second. I don't like the sounds of that. I mean, you have to hit people at the very tip of it. So again, On Point and Allegrissimo are if you are the solo laner for your team, which, I mean, there's nothing this bitch can't do. There's nothing Orphea cannot do. She can't heal. That's about it. And she can't tank. But everything else she's got in spades. She really is just a better Li Ming. Nowhere near as good as Li Ming on release, but, or at least I don't think, I can't say that she is because I haven't actually played against her, and I'm not really looking forward to the experience because I don't like it. I don't like this character in the slightest. There's nothing about this character that has made me say, I need to play this character. Everything I heard about her is just fucking stupid. But yeah, Allegrissimo. Sounds really strong if you're a duelist. If you're just in lane, solo laning, doing whatever. Backbiter. If Chomp hits an enemy hero, Orphea immediately dashes a short distance backwards, which would be useful. If you're in the middle of a team fight and you see Butcher coming up on you, you can hit him with that and then you'll launch backwards. Push at max range to hit him with another one of those, and you can, yeah, Backbiter sounds interesting. If you can pull it off, Backbiter sounds a lot of fun. Or Fright. Dread Slow also applies to enemies in Dread's path and stacks up to 50%. So... oh, okay. So if you can hit somebody in the explosion, because when it arrives, it'll also slow people. I mean, when it detonates, it'll slow people, but when it arrives, or anybody caught in the wave of it, also is slowed. That one sounds really good, with Ancestral Strength, but basically, it's going to come down to whether or not you have to worry about enemies diving you all the livelong day, or if you've got enough protection between you and whoever you want to slap with Fright and Shadow Waltz. I think I'm going to go with Backbiter. I'd go with Fright. And if you're taking Ancestral Strength, I default to Fright. I'd only take Backbiter if the enemy team has a Kerrigan, a Butcher, a Zeratul, and a... I mean, it's not going to help you against Zeratul, but if they've got a Kerrigan and a Butcher, and, let's say, an Uberak, I'm trying to think of some other really aggressive dive heroes that would make your life miserable. Any of those... Any dive hero. Varian, that's another one. Varian, Backbiter, so you can launch yourself away from him. As long as Varian doesn't take the fucking taunt. But I mean, every Varian takes taunt, so that doesn't really matter. But I default to Fright, just to pair better with Ancestral Strength. Insatiable. Hitting a hero with Chomp sets its cooldown to 2 seconds. Normally it's on a 10-second cooldown. That sounds dumb as hell. Or Ravenous Hunger. Minions that die within 1.5 seconds of being hit by Chomp permanently increase its damage by 3 and heal Orphea for 132 health. Heroes that die increase its damage by 60 and heal Orphea for 25% of her max health. Again, that is for laning. If you are the solo laner, go with Ravenous Hunger, because an endlessly stacking damage quest that'll also heal you, never a bad idea. Or Mind Devourer. Hitting heroes with Dread increases its damage by 5 up to 200. After hitting 40 heroes, hitting an enemy hero with Dread's Eruption sets its cooldown to 6 and refunds 50 mana. So refunds its mana cost. Takes 8 seconds off of its cooldown and refunds its mana cost. What is with this hero and being so fucking sustainable? My main man Blaze had infinite mana, and they slapped him with the Nerf Hammer so hard that I don't think anybody's going to play him anymore. But this bitch just is like, hey, look at me. I can sustain for hours because my abilities don't cost anything. I don't like Blizzard's balance changes. I don't know if that's come across in any of my recent videos. I do not like Blizzard's Heroes of the Storm's balance team. I don't like them. I don't like it, not at all. They don't know what they're doing. Or at least I don't think they know what they're doing. But I'm going to take Mind Devourer, because that sounds like a lot of fun. And it really depends on what team you have for your ultimate. Eternal Feast and Crushing Jaws are both decent. They're both viable choices, perfectly viable choices. If you've got a lot of AoE crowd control, let's say you've got a Gazlo, a Sonya, an ETC, and a Malfurion, taking Eternal Feast, if your teammates can line up that stun and snare combo effectively, you can get a shit ton of value out of Eternal Feast. I mean, there's a million and one different ways you can do it, but if you've got a high crowd control team, Eternal Feast is going to be the way to go. If you don't have a high crowd control, if you don't have a high crowd control team, Crushing Jaws will help you out a lot. I think you can cast it. Yeah, you can cast it anywheres. You can wall off an entire area, and then when they get eaten, you can I want to talk with cooldowns real quick. When enemies get eaten, you can pop them like that. So boop 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 boop. Yeah, just dump all of your abilities on a single spot. That's hardly a bad idea. That would be the combo. That would be the combo, and that's on what, a 50-second cooldown? Yeah, why? Why not? Why not give this bitch a 50-second cooldown on both her ultimates? Why not? Seems like a great idea. I don't know if you can tell the sarcasm or not, but it's sarcastic. Level 13 talents, Determination. After dashing with Shadow Waltz, Orphea gains 50 spell armor, stacking twice. While Orphea has Determination, her physical damage is increased by 15%. Does this do magic damage? I need to find out. Do you... I'm just going to throw that out real quick. I'm pretty sure it's doing magic damage, but I want to find out. Wow. No, that's physical damage. So... Oh, that sounds awful. Hitting a hero with Chomp instantly grants Orphea maximum chaos. I mean, that's really hard to pull off up until 16 when you can get Lurking Terror, but... does not share a cooldown with Chomp. Okay. But why, though? So, if enemies are on top of you, you can chomp them, and they try to run away, you can throw out your Sludge Wave and then chomp them from there. Why? No one else has that. Why are you special? Okay, Abyssal Symbiosis. Hitting a hero with Chomp instantly grants Orphea maximum chaos. That's... it's kind of hard to pull off unless you take the 16 talent, Lurking Terror, but... Or Invasive Miasma. Activate to deal 329 damage to all nearby heroes over 2 seconds, or after 2 seconds, for each hero hit, heal for 399 health, and gain 1 chaos. What?
Fine. You're a bother.
Okay. That's very odd. But, again, if you're up against a lot of dive heroes, take Invasive Miasma, because it'll maybe keep you alive. As well as giving you... I don't get why this hero gets all of this shit. She's a duelist. She's a sustain tank. Or, not a tank. She's a duelist, a sustain mage, a burst damage mage. She's got high mobility. She's got everything that every other hero in this fucking game could possibly want in spades. I don't get this hero at all. Why do you get everything? Oh, but she's super squishy. I'm pretty sure she's more durable than most other mages as well. I don't think she's got more health than Gul'dan, but she's got more mobility, crowd control, and sustainability than Gul'dan, so that's that. I don't like the sounds of this hero in the slightest. But really at level 13, it's... I don't want to... How do I word this? Ancestral, Fright, Mind Devourer. I'm going to say Crushing Jaws just to drop everything. It really depends on what you're up against. If you are up against a lot of spell damage, Determination. If you're up against a lot of dive heroes, Abyssal Symbiosis. Or... Nah, I'd say if you're up against one dive hero, Abyssal Symbiosis. Hitting hero with Chomp grants you max chaos, so you can slap that guy with as much damage as possible to get all of the health back. Because, keep in mind, 100% of the damage that you deal with your next auto attack will heal you with chaos. And every time you get a stack of chaos, you get 50% more physical damage, which isn't a whole lot, admittedly. She's got 175 at level 20. That's not too great, but healing 4. I just want to see how much health that actually would be. I'm gonna bite you. 439 health off of one auto attack. I fail to see how that's a problem. If you're up, like I said, if you're up against a butcher and you can see him coming. If you can time his arrival just right with Chomp, you can bite him. When he hits you, he'll stun you. And then you can slap him for 400 damage and heal for the same amount. But if you are up against a lot of dive heroes, and again, you can see them coming, Invasive Miasma would not be a terrible idea. But you gotta make sure you're gonna survive those 2 seconds. Excuse me. Now that I think about it, invasive miasma sounds like it's gonna be a lot harder to pull off than the other one.
Choose a talent.
Because that is a lot of time that you can die. That is a long-ass time that you can die in. But at the same time, you also have access to... Oh, it's on a 10-second cooldown. That's... Why? So you can... Oh no, that's how you do it. If you want to be hyper-aggressive, you slap somebody, dive in, and then activate this. So you can, hit people and stick to them. I'm pretty sure that Orphea might be voiced by Tracer. I'm fairly certain you're voiced by Tracer. Which might be why I don't like you. But at level 16 talent, Bond of Anguish. Shadow Waltz deals bonus damage equal to heroes maximum 3% of words are hard to do. Let's start that over. Shadow Waltz deals bonus damage to heroes equal to 3% of the maximum health and healing Orphea for 50% of the damage dealt. Why do you get all this? Why do you get all this healing, Orphea? Why? I mean, I know why. They want to make their breakout new franchise, the Nexus characters, as strong as possible so people will buy more of them, but Jesus Christ. But yeah, dead magic. Basic attacks consume chaos, or basic attacks that consume chaos ignore armor and deal... Okay. Does that stack? Does that 252 damage stack? I want to find out real quick. So 252 damage. Does that stack with anything? I don't think it does. Let's toggle cooldowns again real quick. I'm fairly certain this does not stack.
I cast a long shadow.
That's got a very small blast range, so maybe not dread magic. Or dead magic. Maybe not dead magic. Unless you're up against a team that has a ton of armor, then just throw that all the live long day. And then lastly, the other talent that I was talking about earlier. With
Choose a talent.
Backbiter or Insatiable.
Choose
Oh no, which one? Oh, Abyssal Symbiosis. That's what it was. Abyssal Symbiosis. I'm gonna take Determination. I like Determination. The more I read it, the more I like Determination more than these other two. Lurking Terror. Dread erupts after Dread erupts after 2 seconds afterwards. Activate to cast Chomp from the eruption area. Does not share a cooldown with Chomp.
Choose a talent.
So I can bite people, throw that out, and then bite people again. Hey! And then bite people again. Oh, it's on a 25-second cooldown. It takes 60 mana. I mean, that's it. Okay. It's the same thing. So you can bite people. Toggle cooldowns. You bite people, you throw that out, and then when they're trying to run away, you bite them again for more damage. It's ridiculous. Reset talents one last time, just to take a look at the level 20 talents. Mind Devourer, Crushing Jaws. I'm taking Determination. Well, after dashing with Shadow Waltz, Orphea gains 50 spell armor, stacking up to 2 times. Wait. Wait.
This is what it takes.
Wait. Okay, it's 2 charges of spell block. Okay. And while I have this block... Yeah, this one. Bond of Anguish, never mind. Fuck Dead Magic and... or not Bond of Anguish. Determination. Fuck Abyssal Symbiosis and Invasive Miasma. Determination. Because what's better than... what's better than healing for damage when you just don't take any? If you can consistently land this, like if you go for a Q build, Allegrissimo and On Point, if you take Determination, you're pretty much untouchable now. As long as you're able to slap people at the very tip of your ability, you are untouchable. Outside of basic attackers, or people with point-and-click abilities. But Bond Anguish, There's really no reason to not take Bond of Anguish. Because healing for more on the character that already heals for a shit ton is just solid. And as well as getting bonus magic damage against, or bonus damage against anybody because they have health and you want to take it from them. But level 20 talents for her ultimates, the Monster Within. Eternal Feast grants 1 chaos each time it hits a hero. While Eternal Feast is active, Orphea's attack speed is also increased by 50%, which makes it kind of annoying, actually, because you wouldn't be able to keep the... you wouldn't be able to keep your monster, or your chaos stacks. You wouldn't be able to get enough chaos stacks and then throw them away at, like, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, in an efficient manner. Because that hits once every second, and you basically would get 2 attacks per second. Although, I don't know if that means it grants 1 chaos even if it hits multiple heroes, or if it grants chaos for... Let's find out. Reset talents.
Choose a talent.
Eternal Feast, Determination, Bond of Anguish. Let's find out. If I hit multiple people with this, do I get... Okay, never mind.
Go away and don't come back.
Never mind.
I cast a long
As long as you're able to keep this going, you'd be able to pump out a lot of damage. So that one wouldn't be terrible. Reset talents. That one's not bad.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
I want to see what the Crushing Jaws...
Choose a talent.
Engulfing Oblivion. Crushing Jaws reduces the armor of heroes hit by 25% for 2 seconds, and takedowns reset its cooldown to 5 seconds. Oh yeah, that's good. So,
I know.
let me just show this off real quick. What this would look like. So we're gonna hit these 3 guys. Whoops, I didn't mean to trigger that, but whatever. I'll just get that back real quick. Bam. So we're just gonna drop that. No. Whoops, I didn't do that right. Goddamn. Okay, fine. Toggle cooldowns. So we're just gonna drop everything here. We're gonna stand right here and we're gonna drop everything.
Know your place. You're a bother. This is what it takes.
So... yeah, let's try that again. Let's try that a second time. I don't think my chomp is hitting things, but that's quite a chunk of AoE. That's quite a chunk of AoE damage. Let's stand right here.
Know your place.
I might be doing that backwards. I can't tell if chomp is hitting or not.
I'll keep going.
So I'll just stand right here again.
Going somewhere?
Chomp's hitting 2 people.
Just
Okay.
go away and don't come back. Stay together now.
Alright. So that's basically that'd be the combo. You throw that out, you put that there, and then you chomp when they all arrive and slap them. And that's a ton of damage that you've just done.
Stay together now.
Around how much damage would that be per person? So that's 600. That's 300. So that's 900. Or no, yeah, that's basically 1,000. 1,600. And basically 2,000 damage plus another 25% because of the armor break. So you hit even one person with this, they're feeling it, Mr. Krabs. They're gonna be feeling it. I'm gonna throw that out again. Bam.
Going somewhere?
And hell, my Mind Flayer isn't even, or Mind Devourer, that's what it is. Complete quests. What was Mind Devourer again? Hit heroes with dread. Hitting heroes with dread increases its damage by 5 up to 200. So yeah. I'm gonna toggle that off. Let's say I've been doing really well.
Stay together now. I'm annoyed now.
Wow. I don't see how that could possibly be a bad thing. That was a ridiculous amount of damage. But let's take a look at the other talents at level 20. Eldritch Conduit. Each chaos consumed increases Orphea's spell power by 5% up to 50. After reaching the maximum bonus, the spell power is further increased by an additional 50% in the last 10 seconds. So double your spell power for hitting people with your Q. And auto attacks. Why? On top of dealing double the damage, I'm pretty sure you heal for a shit ton more as well. I mean, well, no, this is all physical damage, right? Or Final Toccata. Activate to instantly reset the cooldown of Shadow Waltz for the next 6 seconds. Dashing with Shadow Waltz resets its cooldown. That one is just as annoying as Allegrissimo, but you have to hit people at the very end of it. So let's just see what that would look like. We're just going to take all these again. Determination. Final Toccata. Whap. 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 Oh, wait, I missed. Shit. So, toggle cooldowns again. Activate it. Whap. And I missed, but you get the idea. You get about 4 of those for free. Admittedly, it is going to be kind of hard to pull that off. No, that was about 6. That was about 6 or 7 of them, so never mind. I'm a liar. None of these talents at level 20 sound fun to deal with. The least annoying might be Eldritch Conduit, but that's just because it takes a little bit to ramp up. But you get 15% if you... I don't want to say play optimally, but if you only fire your auto attacks when you've got 3 stacks of Chaos, you only need to throw 4 auto attacks and you're at 50 Chaos, or 50 bonus damage, which is 50% increased, or which is 50% more bonus damage. So... stacks up to 50, and then after you hit the 50, it doubles it. I can't stress enough how much I'm not looking forward to fighting this character, but this would be the build that I would go with, because Fright would allow you to capitalize on your own level 1 talent easier, because you're doing more damage to people that are incapacitated, as well as at level 4 giving yourself the ability to incapacitate enemies even easier. And then giving yourself more damage with Mind Devourer by hitting people. I don't even think I have to hit them with the explosion, do I? Do I have to hit them with the explosion, or can I just hit them at all? I can just hit them at all. That's ridiculous. So yeah. Hitting 40 heroes with an ability on a 14-second cooldown is not that hard in the slightest. Ravenous Hunger, I don't think would be too bad if you were the solo laner, but I'd find it very, very hard to pass up Mind Devourer. But that's the build that I would go with. I would switch out Final Toccata for really any of... Basically, I wouldn't take Monster Within. I'm not a fan of Monster Within. Even if you do take Eternal Feast, I am not a fan of Monster Within, because it doesn't benefit the sludge monster at all. It benefits you. Which, admittedly, would let you get more attacks out, which would increase your damage. So, I mean, it's, now that I've talked about it, it's not that bad of a talent, but I like Engulfing Oblivion more, just because it's crowd control and a little bit more damage. It's just not as sustained. Oh, they have the same mana cost and cooldown. Yay. I really don't like this hero. I cannot stress enough how much I do not want to fight against this hero or play as this hero. I'm really not looking forward to it. Whoops, wrong button. Because like I said, she gets everything in spades. She really is just better Li Ming. And the only thing she's lacking from Li Ming's original launch was the ability to delete an entire team with one ability. Or one spell. That's what Li Ming could do. She'd throw a Chaos Orb, whatever the hell her giant star thing is. Arcane Orb, that's what it is. She'd throw an Arcane Orb, and if it hit somebody at max rank, max range, guess what? That person died, and there was nothing they could do, because fuck you. But yeah, that's the build that I would go with. Yeah. if you want to be more flashy, on point, and allegrissimo would definitely get you more bang for your buck, I think. I feel like it would be more damage, whether or not it actually is. But Mind Devourer, nah, Insatiable. I'd take if you're going a Q build, I'd take Insatiable, because you'd be able to dash up to people, bite them. I don't know. I'm torn between Allegrissimo or Backbiter. No, I'd go with, if you're going, I say a Q build, but if you're going if you want to be hyper aggressive and just in your opponent's face all the livelong day, I would recommend taking On Point if you can swing it, On Point, dashing into people, biting them with Backbiter, and then leaving, and then doing it again whenever you could. So it'd look a little something like this. I'll just take On Point, Backbiter, and I'll take Insatiable. So it'd put it on a 2-second cooldown, so it'd look a little bit like this. You hit them, you blink in, you bite them, you blink out, and then you get to do it again, as long as you keep moving towards them. I mean, it's pretty easy to see coming, but it's still a thing you can do. Keep in mind that it's on a 2-second cooldown. This combo's on a 2-second cooldown, and you can throw an auto attack in there, I believe. Let's find out. So, you click them, you blink in, you bite them, you blink out, you throw an auto attack, you click them again, and you just keep going. You just keep the torment going. And every single time you hit him with an auto attack, you give yourself 263 health at level 20. I want to see something real quick. Just my last attempt at this. So, whoops, I missed it. I messed up. I ruined it. And this is before you start countering in, boop, boop. So, let's try this again. Boop. Whap. And then you blink in, you hit him for 350 damage. And then you bite him to get out, and then you slap him again, then you go back in, then you bite, and then you leave, and then you bite. I mean, this is in an entirely, this isn't in a situation where the guy's not going to be moving, but you can see how potent that would be. You can, like, in the middle of a lane, dancing in and around, you hit the dude, and then you blink in on him, and then if you can blink in on him, you can bite him, if you get close enough, and then you leave, and do a shit ton of damage on the way out. This hero's going to be obnoxious to deal with, both in a team fight and outside of a team fight. Hey, I like how my coffin's glowing, now that I have some chaos stacks. That's cool. Does it glow brighter the more chaos stacks I get? Turn around, you little shit. Yes, it does. It definitely glows brighter the more chaos stacks you have. So that's neat. I like that touch, but everything else about her I hate. So, yeah, that's, that'd be the build I'd go with. If you wanted to go with a Q build, well, I say a Q build, a chomp build, it wouldn't be terrible. If you want to go with a W build, it really isn't that bad of an idea. I would go with Eternal Symbiosis, or Abyssal Symbiosis, if you're going a chomp build. Abyssal Symbiosis. Still Bond to Anguish. Still Bond to Anguish, because it's just more healing. I want to see if that means 50% of all the damage that I deal, or 50% of 3% of their max health. I'm just going to get shot a little bit. Alright, so there we go. So, I'm going to say it's 50% of all the damage that's dealt. So we're going to get... Nope. Well, no, it definitely was. Yeah, that's 50% of all the damage dealt. On top of your ability to heal off of your auto attacks. Whap. Yep, this would be the build that never mind. I mean, you got options. This is also just as viably annoying build. If you really, really want to twist the knife and go the Eldritch Conduit, because you can hit him with that, blink in, bite him, leave, hit him with another one, whap, bite, bite again. Look at that, now I have double damage. And I can keep this thing going, Jesus. I keep saying it, Li Ming, eat your heart out, but Li Ming, eat your fucking heart out. This hero's fucking stupid. I don't know who thought this was a good idea, and whoever they are, I want to slap them in the face.
Why do you have to be part of the problem?
Dancing around as this character is going to be annoying as all hell. Dealing with this character is going to be annoying as all hell. This character is just annoying. Because she's got a ton of damage, she's got a decent health pool, she's got high mobility, she's got hilariously high sustainability. I'm not looking forward to it, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, this character... I know they're going to get nerfed. I know in my heart of hearts, because every single assassin that Heroes of the Storm has ever released has been a busted mess. There's been no underpowered assassin. There's only been overpowered assassins on release. And this character is a shining example of one. I don't know what else to tell you. Because I'm pretty sure Eldritch Conduit also applies to applies to everything that you do. Not just your basic abilities, but your ultimates as well. But I'm gonna stop complaining before it gives me a friggin' aneurysm. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you have any critiques or comments that you think I could work on, feel free to air them. I'm pretty thick-skinned. I can handle some criticism. I can handle some feedback. Tell me I'm shit. I don't care. But I'm gonna go. If you did enjoy this, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. If you didn't, feel free to carry on your merry way. But I'm gonna go. Hope you all enjoyed this, and I'll see you all next time with another project. Bye, everybody!